Possible, absolutely.
יוסי, בבתים
It's also
של
bringing back
חרדים
the
אין טלוויזיות בבית, אתה רוצה שישימו בסוכה?
תמונה אחת שלא זזה.
There's another explanation that that you're going to be sitting in the shade of the walls. If you sit in a very tall sukkah, you're sitting in the shade of the walls. But it says that's only if it's 4 amos by 4 amos sukkah. The husband out, if you have 4 amos wide by 20 amos high, so what's the angle, right? The sun will never come in. If you remove all the skach, the sun will never make it in. Because the sun doesn't go directly overhead, right? So if you're cheshbon out, I have to look it up what the angle of the sun is in Yerushalayim around this time, but I would assume that it's down in the sky enough that even at its highest, it still would never shine into the sukkah. Right? But so according to that opinion, if you made it wider, it also wouldn't be an issue. Other things. Okay, just getting back to decorations for a second. The decorations are muksa. What does that mean? That means that if I want to eat the fruit, let's say one of the apples falls off, the pineapple falls off the bottom there, I want to eat the pineapple. You can't eat the pineapple the entire sukkah. It's muksa the mitzvah. It's muksa for the mitzvah. Doesn't mean I can't move it. People have told me, oh, you can't move it during the
Shabbat.
What? No, it's different. I'll explain. It's two different types. This is set aside for the mitzvah. I can't use it for anything else. It's like hektish. It's put aside for this. I can put it back up on Chol Moed. On Yom Tov or on Shabbat, I can't even move it because I can't use it. Right? It's not for anything I can use. I can't eat it. Therefore, it has no use that's mutter on Shabbat, and therefore I can't even move it.
So if
I would have to let it stay on the ground.
If it falls on the table?
If you what?
If it falls on the table where you're eating, you can't move it?
No, not on Shabbat.
Can you do it in Shinui?
Shinui, you can move it up. Now, if it's a poster that has, let's say, Kiddush on or something like that, you could pick it up. Because you could use that.
But you cannot put it back.
You could use it now.
But you cannot put it back.
Right, well, you can't attach it. That's another. You can't attach it on Yom Tov. Right?
But not on Shabbat.
Or on Shabbat. Same thing. Yom Tov and Shabbat are the same rules for
Yom
this.
Tov גם Yom Tov.
The rules are exactly the same.
אמרתי לך, אתה אומר לי לא.
The rules are the same. I can't attach it, so I can't tie it back up.
Why you cannot touch it? Because it's melacha?
Because you're building, opinion.
It's considered as a melacha.
Yeah. Okay, so you can't attach it. And since you can't do anything with it, therefore you have to leave it, if it's a fruit or something like that. During Chol Moed, go ahead, put it back up.
And you cannot
but you can't eat it.
And you cannot eat it.
You can't eat it though.
I
So
told
if
you,
you decorate with
Jacob.
fruits, right, so that you cannot use.
Jacob,
But you can eat
I
it
told
in
you.
Chol Moed.
I told you, you
No,
cannot eat
you can't
it.
eat it on Chol Moed.
Why?
Because I put it aside to be a
אבל אתה את כל
decoration.
מה אתה
It's set
שם
aside
ומה
for the
תשתה.
mitzvah. It's set aside for the mitzvah, the entire chag.
And after the Chag?
After the chag, so then I can eat it.
You can eat it.
You have to wait till
Muktzah lemitzvosoi.
Muktzah mitzvah, right? But it's a different muktzah than Shabbat. It's not a muktzah that I can't move it. It's a muktzah I can't use it.
So if I don't like
Because I can't use it on Shabbat, also I can't move
So
it.
if I cannot, if I don't like the decoration, I want to remove
אתה
it.
מת לשתות.
wait till Chol Moed.
למעלה ואתה לא יכול לגעת.
Oh wait, can you take it down on Chol Moed? That's an interesting question. You don't like it, you want to put it away. Can you take it down on Chol Moed? I don't know. I don't want to use it for the
אם
mitzvah.
אתה לא אוהב את הדקורציה
זה מוקצה, מה?
The
same thing like this Diet Coke and I'm thirsty, I
תגיד
can
לו
take it out and
שיגיד,
drink it.
יוסי, תגיד לו שיגיד לא למה אם לא יפרקו לי את כל הקישוטים
Say no,
מהסוכר.
Rabbi, because they're going to go destroy all the kishutim.
What do they have there? You have Diet Coke in?
No, Diet Sprite. But I tell you what, here in the synagogue, it's all tequila and vodka and arak.
Yeah. Okay. So the last thing is a shlach. At least in Yiddish, we know it's a shlach. A rain cover.
A rain cover.
Okay. So the Mishnah Berurah says it is actually it's better to make a rain cover. I was building mine today. Right? Why? Okay. So during the week, I don't have a mitzvah I have to eat in the sukkah. If I want to eat, I have to eat in the sukkah. If I don't want to eat, I don't have to eat. On the first night, I have to eat in the sukkah. And there are some opinions who say that even if it's pouring, I have to eat in the sukkah. We learned up from Pesach that it is a mitzvah to eat in the sukkah. It doesn't matter if you're a star. It doesn't matter if it's like your house. Even if it's pouring, you still have to eat in the sukkah. So that creates a lot of problems because some people say you're not Yotzei if you go out raining. So we'll stay up very late until midnight to wait until to see if the rain stops.
And if it's not?
What? So if it doesn't stop, so then even a minute, then you have to go out and eat.
You can eat with
rain.
With
rain. You
umbrella.
go eat it because
With umbrella.
What?
With umbrella. You hold umbrella.
No umbrella. No, let's try.
Oh no, we can make holding the umbrella for the sun.
Not happening. So.
שבות
at the end of the day-
יעקב,
What?
שבות יעקב דן לגבי כובע, שאדם יושב עם
They make a
כובע,
big ring.
עם קפלוש ביג, ואז
Yeah, okay,
הגשם.
with a nice waterproof one. Okay, so you can do that.
Alright.
But they say it's a mitzvah to make a rain cover. You know, as a shlach. Why? So that, let's say it stops raining. So now I can take it off. My sukkah will be dry. I can go outside and I can eat. If I don't make a rain cover, the skach's going to get all wet. It's going to be dripping for hours. Everything out there is soaking wet. And then even though the sun is out, outside the sukkah it's nice and dry already, inside the sukkah it's all wet.
Wait, what are you using?
So I went to Harbor Freight, I bought a tarp. I got a tarp this big. Everybody has their own ways of covering it up. I have a way of rolling it out. I hear Reb Heinemann in Baltimore. I heard Reb Heinemann in Baltimore has a way of making it so that the rain hits it and automatically makes it tilt down. He has his whole automatic system.
Listen, even if you're sitting בסוכה and you have rain, it's okay. Maximum, you get pneumonia. It's okay.
No, you're not using the mitzvah if it's raining. There's no point.
So if it's raining, you don't sit in the
No, but the point is that if you put a cover on, then when it stops raining, you can take it off. You have a sukkah ready to go.
But you cannot use it when it's raining.
What about putting the cover on and off?
Yeah?
It's okay.
On Yom Tov, can I put on the cover?
Yes.
So the answer is like this. Yes, on Yom Tov and Shabbat, I can put on the cover. Assuming that's
And take it
attached.
off.
Very important. It has to be attached on one side. I can't detach that side. I can, as long as it's attached on one side, I can wrap it up over it.
So
That's fine.
It's basically attaching one side and you can roll it to the other
Right,
side.
I can roll it up to the other side, or if it's a big board, I can fold it over. I can take it off, I can put it on, as long as it stays attached. It's the same thing as a baby stroller.
If it's raining,
Not the whole thing.
Yeah.
and you cover the sukkah with the cover.
Yeah, there's no point eating inside.
Because the sukkah is not kosher.
It's not kosher with it under there. Right. So if I put the cover on, I have to remember to take it off, because if you eat in the sukkah with the cover on there, so you're not yotzei. I've heard stories of people when they put the cover on, they forgot to take it off, and they weren't yotzei.
So you actually cannot eat in the sukkah with the cover on?
No, you cannot. If you have a tarp on top, you cannot eat it.
Yeah, we're talking about like in the middle of Yom Tov, let's say. And
Yeah.
you're eating your first half meal, right? You have to, your first
You're
meal.
in the middle of the meal.
In the middle of the meal, you still like start dropping. Start to have drops, right?
Yeah.
You can cover, right? You can keep eating.
You can eat outside if you want, but you're not yotzei.
Clean
The
out,
mitzvah with the cover.
No, I understand.
No, you already are.
You start with your thing.
You're already outside. So you can either continue outside and not slap everything in, or you can, yeah, the lights.
But it's raining.
Done?
No, I want to put the light.
But it's raining.
It's raining?
So you started to, he said you started to eat.
Oh.
What's the
You
purpose
started
of
to
putting
eat.
the plastic
What are you going to
on?
get everyone now inside the house?
Okay, so good. So then you have the rain cover and you don't have to slap. Okay, but the
But
inner
you
part of the rain
already-
cover is that you can take it off in order to
You
stop
already
the
had
Rabbi,
something because you
if
started
it's
to eat.
Rabbi, if it's
זה already
raining,
ברכת המזון, חסר לך רק ברכת
Rabbi,
המזון.
if it's raining,
Yeah.
you can put the cover and continue eating.
If it's attached, it has to be attached to
I
one
touch
side.
you one side.
Good, so then you roll it right up.
Just
No
roll it
problem. You roll it over the sky.
זה בסדר,
But
אין
But you
בעיה.
can eat in the sukkah.
And you can eat in there, you don't have to eat in there. The point is, the whole point of the cover is just to make it that the sukkah stays dry.
I'm talking about, let's say, you know what, we went to the sukkah, started to do the kiddush and everything, all of a sudden pouring rain comes.
Good, you can put the cover on, but there's no reason, you can go inside and eat too, whatever you want.
יוסי,
So you
מה קורה
can
במערכת
roll the
You can roll the cover out, it keeps it all dry. You want to eat inside, you can eat inside. You want to eat outside, you eat
צריך
outside.
לעשות ישר את
It's all the same.
הסוכה.
So you actually can use the sukkah for eating dinner with the plastic on.
Yes, כן.
Okay, only when it's pouring.
No, because a lot of times.
Only when it's pouring though. Okay, any other questions?
I mean, otherwise we don't have no purpose for that.
No, the point is that you have a kosher sukkah when it stops raining. The point is I want to have a nice dry sukkah when it stops raining.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Questions around that?
Now about sleeping, can give it, let's say you're sleeping right now,
Yeah.
and Salah have some job. Can you just leave this cover before you're going to sleep, or is now you're set?
I mean, no, you don't if you put the cover on you, it's not a sukkah.
That's it.
It's a pasul sukkah with the cover on.
So
There's no
the
point.
point-
Right? You might as well go inside and not
The
freeze.
cover for the rain?
Yeah, if you put the cover for the rain on.
No, but if it's rain, then you cover.
Yossi, no.
Yeah.
If it's rain, you cover,
Right.
and you can sit in the sukkah and continue eating.
If you want, you
But
can eat
there's
inside the
no,
sukkah.
but it's
It's
not
not
part of
considered a
the-
sukkah
It's
when
not
you put
there's no
the...
mitzvah. There's no mitzvah in the sukkah. when
אני
it's
הולך לרב, אני הולך
Snow
לרב.
is a different issue. Where I'm from, Rochester, it snows. It snowed into my Kiddush cup and sukkah.
כיסוי זה רק בשביל שהסוכה לא תהיה רטובה, זהו.
So
Right?
actually,
Some-
Snow's not a reason to go in. It doesn't ruin your meal.
No,
yeah, but
no.
actually, so it's not kosher when you're eating.
Rabbi,
with
in
plastic
sleeping
cover.
in sukkah, זה חובה או...
Ah, so yeah. So sleeping, you're supposed to sleep outside in the sukkah. You really are.
Not in the sukkah?
Yeah, you should sleep.
Supposed to
in
sleep
In the sukkah.
outside in the
I'm
sukkah.
upset. I have a porch on the side of my bedroom. It's like just it's about this wide. No, the problem is it's maybe just wide enough, but I have a big overhang coming up with it.
It's
Otherwise, I
mitzvah.
have my own sleeping
It's
sukkah.
mitzvah to sleep in the
It's
sukkah.
absolute mitzvah to sleep in the sukkah. If
I told you.
You aim to do. You're supposed to eat, sleep, do metal. You're supposed to stay out there. You're supposed to hang out.
I don't even go to work. I stay in the sukkah for 7 days.
If you want to do that, that's fine. You don't say mitzvah the whole time. You can go
No,
over
I thought
it.
that's the bathroom.
Right? You can bring the sukkah with you.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
so
sure.
you're allowed to go.
יש לי חור בזה, אני...
But yeah, you're supposed to sleep in the sukkah. You really are. There are some Eterim, maybe for your Rabbi.
I sleep in the sukkah.
No, but there's a mitzvah to sleep in the sukkah. I go sleep with my kids. All my kids come outside, they're like, have a great time.
We sleep the whole 7 days
Yeah.
outside.
So in Rochester, I had these really heavy sleeping bags. Went for 0 degree weather.
אני, הילדים שלי כולם.
If you're afraid it's too cold,
יורד גשם.
if you're afraid it's too cold, so one of my Rabbi's father, he grew up in
יורד
Europe,
גשם, נכנסת
said, you
בסניף.
know how it's cold in the morning?
Let's see where
When you go to wash Negelwasser, if your water's frozen, then you know it's cold.
Yes.
What's wrong with this? Okay, you're not running into that.
You can put fire in the
Mine.
What? Can you build a fire? So absolutely, but you should be careful not to burn it down. Oh, so candles. That's another interesting question. So essentially candles, or if you have a chandelier made with candles, which we don't so much anymore, says even though decorations you want to keep high, that's a mitzvah for the Lord. So you don't burn scotch. You don't want to start a fire.
שומר, יש הבטחה, שומר מצווה, sleeping in sukkah, is שומר מצווה לא ידע דבר רע.
Yeah, but until the first bug is gonna come and crawl
If
on
you are the
you.
bugs are bothering
נאור
you,
יספר לך, כל שנה יש לו ניסים, שום יתוש לא עוקץ אותם בסוכה.
get mosquito netting.
No one mosquito like
You can
that.
put mosquito netting all
Yeah,
over.
how is it? Burn a
זה
citadel,
מזכיר
give a
לכם
keep
הקור
away
הזה,
the
שאני...
אפילו
Just one
שלושים
on
פעלות
What
בחוץ.
about
אפילו היתושים לא עוקצים אותו, אתה מבין מה זה?
What about the wasps?
יודעים
Why do they have
להקצות
wasps coming to
ימותו.
my sukkah? So you can't set out a trap. You can't trap a wasp. Let's say you have a cup, you trap a wasp really quickly. You can't trap a wasp on Yom Tov.
We bought a bug fryer.
Okay, so good. You put it out before Yom Tov and you're good.
Black Widow.
You can set out a trap
So
before
you
Yom
can
Tov.
set it up.
כן,
You can set up before Yom Tov. You can't do it on Yom Tov. You can do
So if it was
that.
לא,
coming
ראינו,
to the sukkah, you're not allowed to
עם האדום,
eat
עם
it
הבטן
You
האדום.
can't touch the wasp.
כן,
But it's
ראינו,
פיקוח נפש.
כן, ראינו כמה פעמים, יש כמה סוגים.
So you see, so then
No,
you
so
can-
there are questions. There are questions about on Yom Tov. On Shabbos it's different, but on Yom Tov, yes, there are questions about on Yom Tov if maybe you could. The best thing though to avoid is to avoid the whole issue and to set up a bug trap before it. You got a wasp trap, hang it up, and they're normally very effective.
בפנים?
Yeah, but,
They always say the vinegar works. I never find it works. I don't know. Okay. Anything else?
You can start again, tell us about how...
Should I start again?
But I tell you what, this is only for one person.
For what? Yeah, this is no. Technically, it's made for one person. Once it's a kosher sukkah, you squish two
But you
people in
cannot
there.
sleep
You
here.
squish two people in there.
Where you sleep.
Ah, so I had a guy. So where are you supposed to sleep? How can this be a kosher sukkah?
4x4.
So the size,
You can
the size of the
sleep
sukkah, the way it's described, they tell you in the Gemara they don't even describe it as 7x7. Eventually they do, but it's first
Yeah,
described
yeah,
as
yeah.
enough rosh of a rubo v'shalchano. So I can fit inside. If I'm sitting on a cushion, right? I can take a tefach shulchan inside, and it'll fit most of me. So I figured out, and there's a whole big question, if you're sleeping in there, right, it's a kosher for sleeping. So if you scrunch up, so then you could keep your legs
Or you
outside,
can,
but most of you will be in there.
Or you can...
Maybe it's not kosher for sleeping.
Maybe you can sleep sitting.
Right, so there's all these questions about this. If you're sleeping sitting, or if you just have your legs out. But yeah, it's a good question, but it's a lot of Torah.
הקולפונים זה מצווה.
בקיצור זה כמו שסוכר
It's big מצווה.
Rabbi, that's
Do we have other cases here?
no, I'm saying like
There you go. Rosh of Aruba.
that's
A little bit of shul.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
You know,
He's doing this also.
we make a joke of the homeless. They're
Yeah.
kosher. They're sleeping in something like this the whole year.
אבל לא פנו אותו למצווה.
I once tried to move into an apartment complex. They didn't want to let you have a sukkah because they're afraid homeless people are going to move in and sleep there. What are you talking about? How are you sleeping there? And he said, and in Stam it's not an issue. I'll make it so it's entirely clear. I'll just make little strings going all the way around, a whole bunch of strings. No one will be able to go in there without being seen. What's the big? They didn't believe me. We ended up moving in anyway. We went to another place to live. Okay.
Skech.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm gonna go build the sukkah.